Have you ever heard a whisper on the wind? A story so strange it couldn't possibly be true? Scotland is full of them. Tales of mythical beasts and ghostly apparitions that linger in its ancient castles and misty lochs. But what if I told you some of the most spine-chilling legends might have a grain of truth? Welcome, brave adventurers, to a journey into the heart of Scottish folklore. Tonight we're pulling back the veil on the legends that will keep you awake. From the mysterious creature lurking in the deep dark waters of Loch Ness to the spectral bagpiper, whose mournful tune still echoes through Edinburgh's ancient streets. These aren't just bedtime stories. They're echoes of a time when magic and mystery were as real as the rugged highlands themselves. Let's start with Scotland's most famous resident, Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster. For centuries, people have reported seeing a large, long-necked creature gliding through the murky depths. The first recorded sighting dates back to the 6th century, when St. Columba supposedly commanded the beast to retreat. But the legend truly exploded in 1933 after a road was built along the loch's shore, leading to a flood of sightings. The most famous image, the surgeon's photograph of 1934, captivated the world, showing a serpentine head and neck rising from the water. Though later revealed as a hoax, it couldn't dampen the public's fascination. Scientists have scoured the loch with sonar and submarines, finding no conclusive evidence of a prehistoric plesiosaur. Yet, unexplained sonar readings and eyewitness accounts continue to fuel the mystery. Could a relic from the age of dinosaurs truly survive in this cold, deep loch? Or is it something else entirely? A giant eel, a trick of the light, or perhaps just the power of a story that refuses to die. Now, let's travel from the water to the rugged, windswept coast, to a legend born of isolation and terror. Imagine a lonely lighthouse, miles from shore. Its beam cutting through the unforgiving North Atlantic. This is the setting for the Flannan Isles mystery. In December 1900, a passing ship noted the lighthouse was dark. A relief vessel was sent to investigate. When the keeper, Joseph Moore, arrived at the isolated outpost, he found an eerie scene. The lighthouse was deserted. There was no sign of the three keepers, Thomas Marshall, James the Cat, and Donald MacArthur. The beds were unmade, and a meal of meat and potatoes was left uneaten on the table. A chair was overturned, as if someone had jumped up in a hurry. The only thing out of place was that one of the keepers' oilskin coats was left behind, suggesting one man had rushed out into a storm without it. But there was no storm recorded in the area at the time. The logbook's last entry was cryptic, speaking of a terrible storm that lashed the island, with the men praying. Yet the final entry simply read, "Storm ended, sea calm. God is over all." The men were never seen again. What happened to them? Were they swept away by a freak wave? Did one of them go mad and drag the others into the sea? Or did they encounter something far more sinister on that remote rock? The Flannan Isles Lighthouse stands automated today, a silent monument to three men who vanished into thin air. Next, we journey to the magnificent Glamis Castle, the childhood home of the Queen Mother and the setting for Shakespeare's Macbeth. But this castle holds a much darker secret, the legend of the monster of Glamis. The story goes that in the 19th century, the heir to the earldom of Strathmore, Thomas Bowes-Lyon, was born hideously deformed. So shocking was his appearance that his death was faked, and he was locked away in a secret chamber within the castle's thick stone walls. For the rest of his long life, he was kept hidden, his existence known only to the reigning earl and his heir. The legend describes him as a human toad, immensely strong and terrifying to behold. Generations of staff whispered of strange noises, of a shadowy figure glimpsed at a barred window. Was there truly a secret prisoner, a tragic soul hidden from the world? Or is it just a gothic tale spun to add to the castle's mystique? While the family has always denied the story, the legend of the monster of Glamis persists, a chilling reminder of the secrets old walls can keep. From hidden monsters, we turn to ghostly specters. If you ever find yourself walking the cobbled streets of Edinburgh's old town, listen carefully. You might just hear the faint, mournful sound of bagpipes coming from beneath your feet. This is the sound of the phantom piper of the castle, The story tells of a young piper sent to explore a newly discovered network of tunnels running from Edinburgh Castle down the Royal Mile. To track his progress, he was told to play his bagpipes as he walked. The townsfolk above followed the sound of his music as it traveled down the street, getting fainter and fainter. Suddenly, halfway down the Royal Mile, the music stopped. Just to stop. A rescue party was sent in, but they found no trace of the piper. The tunnel had seemingly caved in. He was lost forever. To this day, people claim to hear his ghostly pipes playing from deep within the earth, a lost soul forever wandering the dark tunnels beneath the city. Some even say his spirit appears on the castle ramparts, a lonely figure still playing his lament for a life cut short. Our final tale takes us to the eerie Greyfriars Kirkyard in Edinburgh, often called the most haunted cemetery in the world. It's home to the malevolent spirit of George Mackenzie. In the 17th century, Blue-Witty George Mackenzie was a ruthless Lord Advocate who persecuted hundreds of Covenanters, a Presbyterian movement. His brutal actions led to the imprisonment and death of many in a section of the kirkyard that served as an open-air prison. His own black mausoleum now stands in the very graveyard. For centuries, his tomb was undisturbed. But in 1999, a homeless man seeking shelter broke into the mausoleum, supposedly desecrating the coffin and awakening the vengeful spirit. Since then, hundreds of visitors on ghost tours have reported sudden cold spots, strange smells, and even physical attacks, scratches, burns, and bruises when near the tomb. The Mackenzie poltergeist activity has been so intense that the city council once locked its section of the kirkyard. Is it mass hysteria fueled by a terrifying story? Or has the spirit of Blue-Witty Mackenzie truly returned to haunt the site of his cruelties? So, which of these legends sends the biggest shiver down your spine? Is it the creature in the loch, the men who vanished, the hidden monster, the lost piper, or the vengeful ghost? Scotland's history is so rich and dramatic. It is easy to see how these incredible stories took root and grew into the legends we know today. They speak to our fascination with the unknown and the secrets that lie just beyond our understanding. Perhaps the real magic isn't whether they're true, but that they continue to be told, passed down through generations, keeping a piece of Scotland's mysterious past alive. Thanks for joining me on this spooky tour of Scottish legends. If you enjoyed venturing into the shadows with me, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button for more explorations into the world's greatest mysteries. Stay curious and maybe sleep with a light on tonight.